Okay, so I'm finally on my way home again. From I think we're on the coast for about 9 or 10 days or something, and during that time, a little bit longer than that, maybe another week or so earlier, I just went cold turkey on the emails, social media messages, and texts. I just had to. I was about to snap and lose my shit with so many things on the go. It was just getting too overwhelming, and had to take a couple paces back, get connected with the real world again, and chill out. I'm not going to vent all my shit here to you guys, but just like any one of us, we go through all the typical crap with life, right? Anyways, feeling a lot better now and ready to go back and hit everything, get back into the routine somewhat. But I'm going to share a couple emails here while I've got a chance on the way back. And then also show you, maybe we'll throw the drone up in there and I'll show you exactly where I am right now, bird's eye view. I've had drones in the past, smashed them up, crashed them. It gets expensive, and finally broke down and bought a new one. So we're going to be doing a lot of outdoor filming with it for to help promote some outdoor stuff for myself and various other businesses. But anyway, this is going to be an interesting email here that you all should want to hear, and probably a bunch of you that are kind of silent in the background and probably had the same experience. Okay. All right, now listen to this. This is after I read this one, I will almost bet the farm there's going to be a pile more similar emails come in. I've already had a handful of people message me throughout British Columbia that I know of, hunters, that have told me a similar story as this theme. Okay, now listen to this. First up, Steve. First of all, I owe you and a whole lot of people an apology. I apologize for doubting you and the people who have risked speaking up. Please forgive me. So I was fly fishing last week along a medium-sized Vermont meadow-type gravel-bottom stream. The eastern foothills rise up from the stream, but the stream is not high gradient. Along the stream, as it winds and snakes its way to join a larger river, are fields. The stream banks are often soft and it floods in the high H2O. The floodplain has this bamboo-like growth known as Japanese knotweed. It is an invasive plant. The stuff can be exceptionally thick and is a foot or more over my head. I'm 6 feet tall. It is so thick in places, I literally have to smash through this stuff along the stream. It forms a buffer along the bank of the river and can be 60 yards deep from the fields to the riverbank. Deer love it and run trails through it. Fishing was poor as there was a drought, but I had a few rises to a crane fly, dry fly I tied, but no hooked fish. It was getting late, and to my back was a blue western evening sky. I moved up the stream to get a corner pool that has a few rising rainbow trout in the evening when I felt someone's eyes on me. It was evening, but far from dark, Steve. Every serious hunter and fisherman knows exactly what I was feeling, as do animals when you lock eyes on them. Now the bank this Japanese knotweed is growing on is 4 feet above the stream bed. There is a notch in the Japanese knotweed. I turned to look to the west as I felt the eyes locked on me from that direction, and in that notch I saw what was clearly a young, mature male Sasquatch looking at me. I could see his head from the top of his shoulders up, as clear as could be, towering above the Japanese knotweed. It was just a moment's glimpse. However, in that moment, I could see that this was a young, mature male. He wasn't frightening to me. He was actually healthy appearing, dare I say, handsome, whatever. Just as fast as I saw him clearly against the blue sky, he was gone. I didn't hear a thing, but I can't hear any longer anyway from all the boom-boom of rifles and shotguns years ago when we didn't really take hearing loss seriously. Like the Sasquatch, I suppose. Oh, by the way, I had my rifle in my hands. I could not have shot him. He was clearly an intelligent being and not an animal at all. I did have the creeps after my sighting as it sunk in what I saw. He had the basic classic forehead typical of the many accounts of Sasquatch, but certainly he was not ugly at all. At first I tried to convince myself I didn't see what I saw, but I did. I moved upstream from that spot to an area I thought I could get through to the field easily, but it wasn't easy. I was relieved when I got back at the truck. Again, I apologize to you and the people I most likely have insulted. Bobby Skoronowski, Sharon, Vermont. All right, thanks for that email, Bobby. And you don't have to apologize, man. You've just been included into the club that not too many people are that stoked to be a member of. And like I've said, I don't know how many times, nothing good on average seems to come from seeing these things. Okay, And especially, obviously, if you've gone through life mocking the topic, believing that it's a joke and people are lunatics, and then all of a sudden you have to eat that, right? But whatever, it is what it is. It's not your fault you didn't believe in them. Our population's been programmed and manipulated non-stop to think it's a joke that there's other beings running around on this planet, sharing the planet with us, and they are free. Okay? So, what do I say to that? How many times have I said it before? I've always said it. Mark my words. People out there that are laughing at this topic it's coming. It's going to happen to them, and it's going to happen to somebody this week and next month and year round. And there's no way out of it. Okay? Because this is very, very real. And, I just had a discussion with a couple of guys at the marina. They recognized me a few days ago. And one guy kind of started to laugh at the topic. Typical reaction. And the other guy was curious, and we had a good discussion. And they definitely left me with a lot of wonder in their head. But I found I'm getting to the point where I'm actually getting a little more angry. I'm not angry at the people that mock this topic. I am almost livid about how we are being lied to. I don't care about, the proof is out there for the Sasquatch beings. There's so much proof, it's ridiculous. That's not even on my plate to discuss or seek. I'm absolutely pissed off that any innocent family out there, a man with children and wife, does not have the choice of knowing what could have possibly went on right over there at that picnic or campground, a remote lake, with an angry being possibly. He doesn't have a choice of knowing what's going on in the woods before taking his family there. And that's bullshit. Every single human being on the face of this planet deserves a fair choice at knowing exactly what's going on the planet. So they have a choice of whether or not they are going to potentially subject their children, their family, to what has predominantly been a terrifying experience that has scarred people and changed their lives forever. All right, that's what's going on today. And if that doesn't make you upset, I don't know what to say. I don't know why. I don't know why everybody who knows about these beings running around, why you are not absolutely pissed off that our communities are being absolutely lied to. But then again, when you jump into this topic, this rabbit hole, it just kicks open the doors to many, many other topics where the majority of the communities are being lied to and manipulated. And it's not hard to see. And for me, I realize we have been systematically lied to and misled since the time of modern man began, probably, since the first time somebody made their way to a position of being king or a president or a leader. That's when the lies began and the manipulation began, and it's only snowballed and it's gotten worse and worse and worse. How do you fix it? I don't know. Well, I got an idea of how to fix it, but it would take a lot of bloodshed, right? But anyway, on that note, I could babble on forever, and I don't really feel like it right now. I got some traveling to do, and wouldn't mind getting another email or two read out to you guys. And I'm sorry I forget the name of the guy made the waves the past while. I had a pile of comments that I noticed and messages in the past when I've had a glance at loading our social media. I'm still loading some cool stuff to social media. It's easy, just load it up. And I got bombarded with questions about a man who was interviewed recently, and he's been one of your typical, Sasquatch researchers or whatever, and he had a bit of a devastating experience, and people want to know what I think of that. Well, first off, who am I, right? I'm just one of you. That's all. That's who I am, and I'm admittedly a bit of a hard ass when it comes to people doing stupid things or making mistakes. Kids even. I'm just a bit of a hard ass. I'm tough love possibly, but not really that bad, but enough to be considered a hard ass. Okay, so bear with me when you hear what I have to say about not only his experience but many others. I mean, the old saying, careful what you ask for, right? This poor guy who, I don't know what he was pursuing. I don't know what any of those people, you people out there who are avidly trying to seek these things in the woods, I don't know what's going through your heads. As soon as I hear somebody mention, oh, we're going squatching, I just shake my head as in, holy cow, another dumbass. What are you thinking? These things are not animals. These are beings. I'm Basically, I'm 100% convinced at this stage of the game, they are a people. They are a free people without any laws governing them. Like we have laws governing ourselves to protect ourselves, from each other, right? These beings have no rules. They are absolutely free to do exactly what they want and feel like doing. And you, all of us, do not know enough of which beings are running around where you are. There's more than one, all right? There's things going on this planet that we don't know about and are very alarming and very dangerous. You want to learn about these beings? I can't stress enough. I've been saying it steady at 100% the whole time. You listen to the people. You listen to each other. You listen to every single email that I'm sharing online. That's why we're doing this. You learn from the honest experiences from the people. And you don't report to one person or one group. That's a big mistake. That's probably one of the biggest mistakes we've had as human beings in a whole, is conditioning each other to look to one person of authority for some kind of assurance or confirmation, or tell us, to be told, for one person or one group to tell us what's going on. And that's bullshit. As soon as you give one person or one small group that power gets abused, and then they control the narrative, and they control what you are allowed to hear and learn about. And that's why I think possibly my YouTube channel is so popular, is because there's no one person or small group in control of the information being shared here. The information being shared here is from everyone. And that's how we learn honestly. Nobody's stopping anyone, nobody's controlling anyone, and we're free and safe to share true, honest knowledge. Okay? Now, getting back to that man's unfortunate state of mind right now, the experience that he created for himself pursuing these things, I don't know what exactly he ended up having experience with, because on average, the majority of these Sasquatch people are not violent towards humans, but there are other things, other beings running around in the woods or the unknown areas that are. And his experience proves that 100%. Okay? So, what are my thoughts on him? I guess basically, hopefully I've described what I think about that just now. I'm trying to rush right now. I got people waiting on me. But careful what you look for. Listen to the people's experiences here just on my channel alone, and you will learn very quickly that not much good comes from an experience with these beings. Okay? It's easily proven. 100% of the ex-military people have emailed us who have been in multiple combat experiences at 100% straight across the board, have shared with you and told us all, shared with us, that they were more terrified than any experience they ever had overseas in combat. Why, when you learn from these honest people, why would you go out alone, especially in the middle of the night or whenever, doesn't matter, any time around the clock, and pursue that experience intentionally? What are you going to get from it? You're not going to prove shit. You might end up, chances are, with a life-altering experience like this man had, right? He proved it, flat out. Why would you pursue that? Why would you risk it all? For what? To prove something that's already been proven? It's a waste of time. If you really want to make a difference, what all of you need to do is get a set and get loud and shit on the people who are in control and shit all over the people who are changing the narrative and controlling it when it comes to these beings and other topics. If that's what you're motivated to do, if you think that something needs to be proven. As far as I'm concerned, screw them all. Screw the government, screw the people who want to be in control, screw the organizations. I got a lot more news I'm going to share with you about those pricks too. Screw them. You gather up a large community like we are of everybody free, honest people, and you share amongst each other. That's where the power is, and that's where the knowledge is. You kick those people and those groups aside and kick them to the ditch. Do you understand? You kick them to the ditch. You band together, you get large, you get honest, and you share the knowledge openly without holding anything back. And then we all learn from each experience shared. Okay? And then we learn honestly, and then we know what we should or shouldn't be doing when it comes to these beings and where they frequent. Until somebody comes forward, and they are slowly coming forward, and shares a lot more experiences and news and facts with us so that we can understand more. But like right now, as far as I'm concerned, actually one point I'm going to share with you before I close on this video is, I want you to think about this one. The mass control and lying and manipulation basically it's almost slavery we've all been born into. As soon as we get that social security number, we are so easily manipulated, controlled, and taken advantage of and held back from our natural skills we're born with. It's absolutely alarming and mind-boggling. It is. Now, could you imagine if these wild beings, these free beings, somehow did get in clear contact with us and shared with us how they survive without being controlled and absolutely free? You imagine what it would do to those pricks who are in control if we came in tune with our natural skills, and I'm sure we have. You imagine how that would disrupt all that control and all that money and all that revenue and all that control? It would annihilate it. We would be free beings on this planet as well, which we should be, actually, which I've been trying to do for myself for a long time. But think about that one. Think about the risk that is. And I will explain to you guys a little later on what is actually going on behind the scenes with some of the top people in control of some of these BF organizations and who are they connected with, and the people that are systematically hunting these things down and killing them. And that is going on 100%. I've had too many solid information emails sent to me on that topic alone, and I'll crack that open later on. But anyway, I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to add on to this video, I'm going to show you guys exactly where I am right now so you get a little bit of a taste of a flavor of the timber patch I'm in and what it looks like from above. I don't even know what it looks like from above yet. We're going to go have a look. And then I'll possibly share another email with you guys shortly. All right? Keep safe, you guys, and seek the freedom and the knowledge.